Paul McCartney and John Lennon weren't just one of music's most iconic songwriting duos. They also shared a deeply personal friendship built on trust, pain, and creative connection. Their bond began in 1957 at a church fair, where a shared love for rock and roll quickly brought them together. But what truly cemented their friendship were their similar childhood struggles. McCartney lost his mother at 14, while Lennon was raised by his Aunt Mimi after being abandoned by his parents. At 16, Lennon faced another blow when his mother, Julia, was killed in a tragic accident. As they grew closer, Lennon opened up to McCartney about a haunting fear that he might be cursed when it came to the men in his family. With his father gone, his uncle dead, and his own feelings of abandonment, Lennon wrestled with emotional wounds that ran deep. McCartney, who had a more stable upbringing, recognized the pain his friend carried and often found himself reassuring Lennon that none of it was his fault. In interviews, McCartney later reflected on how those early traumas shaped Lennon's complex personality. He believed that years of loss and betrayal contributed to the inner turmoil Lennon carried into adulthood, especially when his estranged father resurfaced later in life asking for money. These wounds, McCartney felt, fueled much of Lennon's intensity and passion, particularly in his songwriting. One song that stood out was Help. At the time of writing it together, McCartney didn't fully grasp the depth of what Lennon was expressing. But looking back, he recognized it as more than just a pop hit. It was Lennon's subtle cry for help, masked beneath catchy melodies and clever lyrics. On the McCartney A Life in Lyrics podcast, Paul described how Lennon had developed a sharp wit and sarcastic edge as emotional armor. That guarded persona, he believed, was Lennon's way of protecting himself from further hurt, something McCartney understood well, as he too had used humor to cope with grief. Despite the sarcasm and tough exterior, McCartney found this side of Lennon endearing. It wasn't just a defense mechanism, it was part of what made Lennon captivating. The pain they both carried helped forge not only timeless music, but a friendship that, despite its complexities, was built on empathy and understanding.